All right, boys, Need for Speed Unbound, the GTI. The Volkswagen Golf GTI was the Mark 1. Thing is just stupid. Now, could it be the new RSR? Probably not, because the top speed just doesn't get there. And sometimes it grips really well and just whips. And then other times, like it just feels like it understeers. So I don't know. It is front wheel drive. I think you could change like an off-road differential and go to all-wheel drive. Not a thing in this game unless you guys have found something. Sometimes I see these things in multiplayer just launch and they're gone. I've tried different things, but we're going to go over that all in this video. Man, this thing just beats everything. It's a supercar killer. And unless you're doing a highway track and it's top speed, you can't, because top speed is kind of like 222. It doesn't get up to like the 235 that like my Countach does, which we do some comparisons. We do some launches, perfect launch in a race, just launching outside of a race comparisons, just everything, So subscribe, hang tight. We're going to go over all this information. I compiled a whole bunch of clips. Let's get into it, man. So here we go. First one I want to do is, I was in a race, Pagani. Right? Look at this. He gets us. All-wheel drive launch is, obviously better. I don't know. Are there all-wheel drive? They might be rear-wheel drive. Look how quickly we gone, dude. Right past them. The acceleration is mind-blowing on this thing. So I wanted to do a comparison, right? We got the 2021 Countach on the right. All-wheel drive thing launches insanely fast versus the GTI on the left. And I just wanted to compare. The GTI just spins. It just spins. And I did tests where I launched in 4th and 5th gear in manual versus leaving it automatic. And as you can see, it accelerates way faster, but the Countach is already to the checkpoint first because the all-wheel drive launch just propels it so much faster. But in the long run, that acceleration is so quick. Okay, I crashed. Look, it happens. All right, but look, now we're pretty much at the same spot, okay? And when we get to the straightaway here, I want you guys to look at the GTI compared to the Countach, at the acceleration and how insanely quick it is. Nothing can touch it. With this V8 swap, this is the V8, all right? We are V8 swap. Look at that. Thing's gone. Yeah, it's a V8 swap, and it's too much, man. Also right here, there'll be no NOS, both the cars. Look at that acceleration. All right, I tapped the NOS for a little bit in the Countach, but still, thing's gone. It's 200. And then here's just like a toll booth run. Both cars, you can see it's just spinning. Countach is already gone because it hooks and it goes. So if you're like out in the world just like cruising and you want to race somebody, you're just going to spin for a while. But if you notice, we're already at over 200 in the GTI, and the Countach is just now about to get to 200, maybe. But I think they get to the same spot at the same time. If I remember correctly, yeah, the speed trap. I think the Countach gets there a little faster. It's just because it spins so long. I did another one. I think this was no NOS. This time I went manual and I kept it in 4th gear, so it didn't spin as much. And as you can tell, look at the acceleration here. It catches up and just blows past it. Gone. 200 plus. But again, the Countach gets there first because it hooks up. So even though acceleration's not as good, that initial hook. So here I was like, all right, let's use the 3 boost. And it's just blistering fast acceleration. But again, it was pretty even there. It's tough, man. And this is no NOS versus NOS, basically. So on the right, we're boosting. Look how much of a difference that makes when you boost. 200 by the time you're at 160. So that's a huge difference. Huge difference. So my point is, if you're going to use this car, make sure you're nosing and getting perfect launch and getting the boost when you can, because it makes a huge difference in this car, because it kind of stops it from spinning and accelerates it a lot quicker. If you want this thing to be competitive, like I said, don't do the highway tracks, because it's only going to get up to like 222, 223 mile an hour. And the supercars and most of the other cars will just eventually pass you because they're doing 10 to 15 mile an hour faster. Regera, you're done. City tracks, you can't touch this thing, man. You can't freaking touch it. So I just wanted to show you guys the V8 swap. I guess I could put the stats on the screen. I'll go over all my parts real quick after this. I'll put all the parts, what engine I have, all that stuff. And I think I have it at 80% grip, which I haven't really tried to drift because the stats go down. But grip feels pretty good. But the other bad thing about this is light. So it will crash and just get unsteady a lot. But anyway, guys, so as I was going through the parts, like I kept going from like the grip tires to the road tires, and I didn't really notice a difference. So, and I mean, if you go grip, you lose 0.2 tenths of a second. Also the drivetrains, I messed around with the 4, 5, 6, and 7 speed, and I kind of settled on the 5 speed for it. That's just where I was. But yeah, and I have grip and near miss on the aux for the nitrous. But yeah, I got the single turbo. Pretty much it, but this is the engine right here. 4.9 liter V8. See you boys later. Let me know if you've built this thing. Let me know, man, because it's just wild how fast it accelerates. But anyway, guys, see you on the next one.